Ladies and gentlemen, and other pronouns that you want to be called, it is the three Not So Wise Men Talking Wrestling. We are back with another edition. We got my brother Audie in My Hero Academia shirt. We got our
brother
Chris with For He Is Limitless. And they got me, your boy CT. And again, we are back again with another edition of the Three Not So Wise Men Talking Wrestling. I probably messed that up because I'm just going super fast. And you know how I do, the motor mouth of the Midwest. Anyways, let's get into it. How are y'all doing? Where are we starting with first today?
Doing good. And Chris, how are you doing before I just dive into the deep? All right.
I'm good. Good here.
Let's get into the thing that happened over the weekend. Was it this weekend? Yes, it was. It was Crown Jewel.
Scarlett being attacked.
We can talk about that, but let's get Crown Jewel out of the way because honestly, I didn't watch it. I was working. CT didn't watch it because, yeah. And Chris, I know that you probably watched it.
I missed the first 45 minutes, but I went back and watched it. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to ask you, was it a great Crown Jewel?
For the most part, yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
All right. And then the one thing that matters. How good was the Roman Reigns Logan Paul match?
It was probably one of Roman's better matches in the last 2 years.
All right. So
don't look like that. It was good.
No, I mean, the only reason why I'm asking is because I heard about it. Like, it couldn't escape it. People even made clickbait saying that Logan Paul embarrassed WWE by putting on such a damn good outing. So it's like the mass accepted that as being one of the best matches they said this year. Best WWE matches this year. But
we must not have seen the Vikings versus the Bills because that's the greatest match I've ever seen.
I heard about that.
Yeah. I saw your tweet, but I didn't watch the Vikings or the Bills. Fuck them. My Lions is doing horrible right now. So
I'll talk
about Lions.
2 games in a row, though.
Yeah, they did. They won 2 games in a row, and they're the same record as the Los Angeles Rams right now. And that's a good thing because 1, they were former champions. 2, we got their draft pick. So if they're trash and we get number 1 and number 2 in this draft class, then yeah, that'd be perfect for me.
Come on, Raiders! Keep losing like you always do, but don't come for me, Raiders fans, because y'all crazy.
Yes, they are. But yeah, so that was a great match.
Crazy thing about it was Paul was injured like halfway through the match.
Yeah, I heard.
They said it was supposedly on the dive or the frog splash or splash, whatever.
Yeah, one of the most viral moments this year, him doing it on his phone.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. I don't get this dog out. Yeah, but
oh my God, I saw the worst thing ever. People were like, "Oh, the Paul brothers to challenge the Usos for the tag title."
I see that too.
It's like, I will cancel everybody's TikTok.
Yeah, that's one match where I just be like, no, this is bad for wrestling. Logan Paul putting on what? He put on 3 great matches this year? 2 great matches. He was in 3, put on 2 great matches.
I mean, his first match was
a tag match.
And then he faced The Miz.
Yeah, and it was a good match. And now it's this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to be in it for the long haul.
He's trying to get Rookie of the Year, but hey, guess what? He tore his ligaments.
Mm-hmm.
He will be out for 6 to 9 months, maybe. I don't know how those things go.
So, to quote one of the greatest songwriters / singers in history, another one bites the dust because damn 2022 done gotten a lot of people injured this year.
Another one said, another one bites the dust. Yeah!
Yeah, injuries.
Mm-hmm.
injury guys, come back.
Yeah.
But then again, shit. They got Truth.
Yep.
Got Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Owens injured his knee at a live show.
Mm-hmm.
I seen Rey Mysterio was injured too.
Supposedly Luchasaurus is injured.
Yeah, I heard that, but ain't the match still going on? Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh God, that was gross.
Yeah, it was. And then you rub it in. It's hot.
Rub it in, rub it off. Same thing.
Yeah. But injuries has been taking a lot of wrestlers this year.
Nah. Stop. Injuries. We keep throwing my pen.
All right. But that's the only thing that actually really mattered in Crown Jewel to everybody, other than Braun Strowman saying that he put on one of the best matches and it was considered one of the worst matches. But I don't really want to talk about Braun right now.
I mean, I will say about that match, it was probably the best almost match.
Mm.
He looked really good, surprisingly.
Oh, and shout out to the WWE going over to Africa looking at talent.
Yeah.
But I will say, if they're looking for African talent, Queen Amante.
Yes. Yes. I know that we don't talk about a lot of independent wrestlers, but I'm always overwhelmed trying to look for independent like wrestling sites and pages and YouTube and stuff. So what I do is that when I go on Twitter, when I see their stuff, I'll just go down and she has been killing it. I love her.
And she is the queen of my heart. My heart on this side? I think so. The queen of my
Yeah, it's that one. Yeah.
wrestling.
Make sure.
Right?
Yeah, I gotta make sure. Yeah. But no, now moving on. What happened with Scarlett? Because I heard, but
I mean, there's a lot of conflicting reports, words. But basically, she had a drink thrown at her. They took the individual who everybody thought it was a man, but turned out to be a woman, and just kind of made her and her family leave. It didn't stop the match. It didn't do anything about the match or for the finish or whatever. Scarlett was just pissed off, and rightly so. Like, bro, one, Scarlett doesn't pander to the crowd. So the fact that she got so mad at Scarlett is confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wrestling fans are weird sometimes.
Yeah, the complete caucasity of these fans. Like, whew.
Yeah. I mean, we did have a black guy run up on Seth Rollins. So
yeah, I know, but Karen, and like, come on now. And she was front row.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
it's like what you spend
all that money just to get thrown out,
wasting seats.
Oh yeah, shit.
If I would have saw that and I was up at a little, I would have scooted my happy ass right down to that seat. Just.
Mm-hmm. But no, that's I mean, it's been happening a lot more in events sporting events where you are really close to the athletes. We've been seeing a lot more in basketball, not this year so far, but we've seen a lot more in basketball.
I mean, Meek Mill did trip the referee, so.
He did not trip the referee, but it's Meek Mill, so fuck him. Yeah, he did. But yeah, that's fans got to stop being idiots. We done had everything from hate speech to mocking people that's going through addiction problems and gay bash. I mean, it's been a lot, and it's uncalled for. It wouldn't like a lot of the stuff that they're doing now wasn't even cool back then during the Attitude Era. Like,
nope.
And so, like, what are y'all
stupid stuff on Twitter? Because that's where you're allowed to be now vulgar and toxic because Elon Butt Munch took over.
I mean, gotta take the good with the bad because now you can be as free as you want. Unless you're talking about him, then he'll.
The N word has been popping up at least, I think, 45, if not 50%, since Elon Musk took over. Stupidity and the ignorant.
Hey, but let's see them. Let's show them out. Let's point them out because free speech doesn't equate to free consequence.
I mean, a lot of them hide behind having anime emojis and looking like a complete daring.
But yeah, that's going to change once they. One thing that I know is that when people get cocky enough, they do stupid stuff. So that anime emoji, that anime avatar is going to change soon. And it's going to be their real face. They're going to gain a big following, and then they're going to lose their job. They shit is going to go to hell. All that stuff. But lose your job.
But we're not talking about these Twitter people. We're talking about wrestling.
Okay. So back to the stuff that I had put on our group chat. I do want to get into, is MJF going to be AEW's first legitimate superstar?
I would think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the way that not even AEW presents him, the way he presents himself is superstar in the making. Nobody else, not even the elite, like right now, has that type of cash. I wouldn't say cachet, but that appeal that you could put him in any market and he'll flourish.
Yeah, and I'm loving that, and I do want to break it down for those that don't know. Well, if you watch AEW, MJF is one of the biggest stars right now. One of the biggest draws right now. He's on his journey of a face turn, and it's coming. It's coming. No matter how bad that he don't want it, it's coming.
The biggest swerve this year.
Yeah. And then
I think it's more when it comes to his face turn, it's him still being himself.
Yeah.
But the fans just appreciate him.
No.
More appreciation.
Not even his promos has been different.
Pups believes me as well.
Huh?
Pups believes me as well. I don't know your dog's name.
Ace.
Ace.
Yeah.
I hear Ace. Ace.
No, Ace is debating you like that. Don't make sense. No, but he is still going to do certain things like, curse, be a little arrogant and an asshole. But even in his promos, things have changed. It's not about what other people thinking now. Oh, he's not going out cursing the fans anymore. He's like, listen, I'm sick of this shit. This, that, and the third. And it's just like he's went from being this big time, I want to say rich asshole, to now people are feeling him like the everyman. People done put him down. You got William Regal that turned him down. CM Punk that dissed him on one of the, all the shit that he's been saying over the last year has been equating to a connection that people didn't have with him. Hold on one second. It equated to something that the people didn't really have with him, and that's the connection, the understanding of where he is. Like I tweeted, like every WWE star that he come across, there's a backstory, right? And I tweeted, this is the villain origin story, how he became this, right? The only issue is him calling himself the devil. I'm seeing that change soon because that does equate to him still trying to be healed. But once all of this stuff happens, if
call himself a wrestling god,
I think that it's just going to change, right?
Baron Corbin.
Yeah, but all of that is going to change. Like even if the prediction of William Regal turning on Moxley is and standing with MJF happens, That'd probably be the only thing. But way that they turned all of this around, Moxley is still his crazy self, but he is literally having heelish moments.
I feel like they're going to have to do, if they're going to keep him heel, they have to do something at Full Gear to keep him as heel. They need something like that. He can't just win cleanly.
No, he can't win cleanly and still be a heel. But if he's a face, if there's this face turn, it's going to be at that Full Gear moment, and it's going to surprise everybody.
Everyone loves a good heel. No one likes a good face.
Everybody loves a face that they can gravitate to. And that's when, like I said.
Bryan?
Huh?
I said, unless you're Daniel Bryan, not really.
Or Sami Zayn.
I mean, Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
I get my gist.
Yeah. But no. But what's also going on, he's on his journey of a face turn. He's probably really about to win this championship. But he's also in Hollywood.
Oh no. He gotta win.
Yeah.
He gotta win.
He does have to win. Yeah.
It's now or never.
Filming the Von Erich movie with Zac Efron.
Right. And he doesn't have like from what it sounds like, he don't have a small role. He's playing.
Was he playing the dad?
No, he's playing the cousin.
He's playing the brother.
Yeah, kayfabe brother.
Yeah, the kayfabe brother that everyone knew that wasn't the brother.
Yeah. Yeah, so he got a major role. And I like this because when I say it was going to be a superstar, like this movie is going to be pretty much a win-win film. As long as he acts, it's going to be a win-win film. If he's horrible at acting, Hollywood is not it for him. But from everything that we've seen, we know he's going to be a good actor. So even if the movie doesn't do well sale-wise,
I feel like so many people in Texas. I think that's where the Von Erichs are from.
Yes, they are. I heard about this.
People in Texas, especially the older generation, are going to gravitate to that.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a big thing here. I heard about it when I first moved down here in 2019 that this movie was in the works. So, but for him going into like that.
Because you have to have the Freebirds if you're going to have the Von Erichs.
Nay. Yeah.
They were a big part of the rivalry. So
yeah, I know. Yeah.
Play Michael P. Hayes. Just give me a wig and just.
Yeah. But this is different from the normal route that a wrestler turned actor takes. This is going to be a dramatic role. This is not a cameo appearance. This is not, The Rock and Scorpion King. Like, this is not that. It's not made for TV movies or straight to VHS like the Hulk Hogan stuff that they've done. And this isn't.
This ain't him going back to Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, this is different. Like, this is literally something that is a big leap that, hey, I can be taken serious from the beginning type thing.
Yeah.
Because John Cena went into action. You did the Marine and all of that. Kane had his horror movie debut. Like, we didn't seen it, but it's always been played safe as far as, with the exception of the women in wrestling. But they always still get smaller roles. This one is a little bit different as far as first time stepping out, first time like really doing this. This is something that is completely different. So I'm like, I don't see any way that he could lose with this. And when I say wrestling superstar, AEW's first legitimate superstar, I wasn't really talking about wrestling superstar. I mean, this could literally be a feather in their cap that once he's not here anymore, this is where he started. This is like, whenever he comes back, is always going to be a big welcome, like how it is with The Rock, because this is everything, right?
The question is, can they build anybody else besides just MJF? And honestly, the way that TK books, don't really think so.
I don't. I'm a reserve making a choice on that because that is one of the big things. Is it that MJF is that great, or was it the booking? And like, was it like, can he build up somebody else? I mean, I could say he's building up Jay to be that. Like,
Yeah, she's the #1 champion, even though Nyla Rose, funny woman.
amazing.
Give her title back.
Give her title back, please.
Okay, that's see the graphic for the match.
No, I didn't.
TBS champion. Yeah, it's a Nyla Rose TBS champion in quotes. I was like, oh my god.
yeah.
No, she had something to do with that.
Oh yeah, she definitely did. But yeah. But there's a bigger question. If this shoots him into stardom, he's going to be at a crossing the road that it took people 10, 15 years to actually make, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's doing this in year 4 of his superstar career. Like,
that's also because like when Austin and The Rock were doing it, not a lot of people gave credence to a professional wrestler. They just thought, oh, they're a professional wrestler. They can't do this, that, and the third. But seeing the success that John Cena, The Rock, Batista, all of them have had, that's given MJF like the opportunity at least to show what he has. And like, yeah, if he fails, he fails. But at least this is the opportunity that he gets.
But what I'm saying is that we done seen that, and there's nobody else that has really stepped up in that opportunity, right? But he does.
Ricky Starks become Gambit.
He needs to. That is the perfect Gambit. Like, yeah. But but back to MJF. He's taking a chance that was thanks to the ones that came before him, right? He becomes a star. His fork in the road is right now winning the championship. Do I continue to pursue this? Or does all this stops now because I got promotional dates and stuff for this movie? This movie is taking off. Now I'm on late night with Jimmy Fallon. I'm doing all of this. I'm hosting SNL. I'm doing all of this. That him taking that step away, because if it goes good, people are definitely going to call him. Right. And so he has to decide, like The Rock had to decide, I can't keep one foot in each spot. Do I take a step back? And he's only doing this. He'll be doing it in less than a year of him having if the movie comes out in 2023, let's say the movie comes out summer of 2023, he wins the championship, right? He got November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. That's 8 months. He'll be a champion for 8 months and has to decide, do I keep doing this? Or do I take that step forward? And that is a hell of a task, because John Cena called out The Rock for it and then apologized to The Rock. Hey man, I did not know how hard it was. Like, that is something.
They still don't even think The Rock's going to be there for WrestleMania. And that's just because The Rock has so many movies that he has to do. And the last time he actually wrestled, they had to put the production on hold because he got injured with John Cena.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he could do it, but he'd have to, like, worry about the roles. He wouldn't be able to take some of the bigger roles, or the bigger roles would be like, hey, you can't wrestle.
Yeah,
we need you getting hurt.
He's gonna have to make that decision, and that is a great problem to have. But if his heart's not in wrestling,
definitely is.
Yeah, but when that decision happened and he's getting all of this money and stuff, and yeah, if his heart's not in wrestling, I am going to be scared for AEW, because that will be a huge blow to the brand. Y'all can actually continue. You know where I gotta go. I'll be right back.
Oh, we can pause it real quick.
Okay. Yeah, we can pause it. We'll be right back.
And we are back. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. You know, we thrive. We love talking to everybody and getting to know people. And yes, just don't forget to do that as well. Please.
Yeah.
Helps out our channel. It lets us know how to talk, when we should talk, when we should stop talking.
Yeah.
Just keep telling us.
Keep telling us. All right.
Your words and your time.
Right. Now, y'all wanted to know what I meant by the Wayward Sons are making a return.
Yeah.
Technically, it's not the Wayward Sons. They are the Elite. So, AEW Young Bucks filed an intriguing new trademark application. All right.
Oh, wait. I think I heard about this.
Yeah. I'll just go. This is an article off What Culture. The application was filed November 3rd, 2022. Per USPTO, the Trademark Association, Trademark Electronic Search System Database. Matt and Nick Jackson are pursuing the mark for the following: for hats, socks, bandanas, and sweatshirts and hoodies. So they're putting their trademark onto that. It goes into what they're making the trademark, and it says entertaining in the nature of wrestling, entertainment service, namely wrestling exhibits and performances. This is the same type of trademark any wrestler would do when they want to start selling their merch, or if it's going to be on TV, what they're using. Sasha Banks just recently did hers, and hers is like Money Banks, something.
Mercedes Monet.
Yeah.
Like
so Mercedes Monet and all that. Well, Young Bucks are doing, the way they say it is that unsurprisingly frequent wrestling collaborators Michael E. Dawkins is listed as the attorney of records. The Young Bucks Killing the Business Inc. The company are down as owners. Given the description quoted above, expected the Wayward Sons to factor into whatever the Young Bucks choose to do in wrestling next. So the Wayward Sons are the Young Bucks. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the Elite too. I know Kenny is going to have something to do with that too. So
explaining them getting the E out of AEW.
Yeah, that definitely does explains the deletion of the Elite. So does this make y'all excited about what they're doing? Like,
no.
Okay.
I don't care about the name. I just want it back.
Because the one thing about the Young Bucks, even when they were on the Indies, they were merch pushers.
Yeah.
They would bring like a small bag that was just like their gear, and then they would bring 2 bags full of merch, and they would sell out. So the fact that they're doing that is nothing. It's just smart, and it just sounds like they're going to be pushing their merch.
Does this feed into any type of ideas that you would have of when they make their return?
No, because we all know it's going to be a full year.
Right.
Because, I mean, their promos have had the clock as well, and that's same as the full gear stuff. So
yeah, but I'm not talking about just them making a return. This is probably bringing in a new personality and new gimmicks for them.
That's right.
Up, boys.
Michael Nakazawa.
No, but yeah, the Wayward Sons. They were exiled. Now they're making their return. I really think that we might see a darker Young Bucks, because they're normally fluorescent colors and all of that, right? And they're high energy assholes. But there's no way that you can just put the Wayward Sons there and not think doom, gloom, and all of that. I mean,
did they put Wayward Sons, or are you saying Wayward Sons?
No. They're their stuff is going to that's what they trademark, the Wayward Sons.
Got you.
Yeah. So that's going to be all in their merch. Like they that's what they trademark. But with them being the Wayward Sons, you're really going to see them wearing orange leather jackets, right? Pink. Like this would be ring psychology, right? You wouldn't say something or do something that would contradict the personality that you're portraying, correct?
True.
Yeah.
And again, I'm just like the conversation before we start recording. I said the Wayward Sons, and any fan that is close to that loves Kansas, the rock band Kansas or Supernatural, they know though the Wayward Son has always been synonymous with Supernatural. So when you hear Carry On My Wayward Son, you'll see everybody that is even a casual fan of Supernatural sing that because it's been synonymous with them. And in wrestling, how often has people been called Wayward Sons? It's been the prodigal sons. Like those are the prodigal son has returned. Whenever they say it, they treat it like that. And when you hear that, it's like, that's a generic saying.
Sorry, I feel like I got to sneeze.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
No, I know that feeling. So I was continuing. I got you. But when you say prodigal sons, that is so generic that it don't equate to anything. But when you hear Wayward Sons, if you are an old 70s rock fan, you know the song. And if you know the song, you know where the song is being used now. Because if you've never seen Supernatural, but you've seen a 16-year-old singing Carry On My Wayward Son, where do you know that? Your dad? No, I that's on the Supernatural. That's a Supernatural theme song. Oh, that's a theme song that is a rock song from the 70s. Like that always bring it. So they could use the prodigal son. But the Wayward Son is a different connotation, it's a different tone. Mm-hmm. So I don't see them being as much of an, I don't want to say assholes, but as snooty as they were. I don't even think that little childful playfulness that they do when they hit somebody like, oh, was that me? I think that we're going to see a darker edge in the Young Bucks. Which will work because they got that fucking deer head as their little logo or whatever. If they turn that down to where it looks like a wicker stick or whatever, that shows like fall and witchcraft and cold and all of that. And I mean, not like witchcraft like that, but when you see the antlers, bone heads, or you see wood formations, they're
going to be fitting with the House of Black.
No, they're not. They're not going to be put with the House of Black.
Because everything you're saying just reminds me of the House of Black.
They won't. And that could be the one thing that stops them, because if what I'm saying is bringing you towards the House of Black, then they're probably not going to do that. So I could be wrong. But I see an edge coming.
Oh, they getting revamped too, so.
Ish.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I meant by that. Their return, their trademark, they're about to blow up in the sales again.
Wrestling is just trying new shit anyway. Not necessarily keeping it to the same old, same old. That's why Seth Rollins changes every 6 months.
Seth Rollins is freaking amazing. He is. And I keep hearing that they are turning him face.
He's already a face.
Yeah. In the sense of
the way Raw ended. Oh yeah. Especially the way Raw ended.
Oh yeah, with Austin Theory.
Mm-hmm. Which
Yeah,
that's a good change for Austin Theory.
it is.
And he's going back to his old Evolve ways. And Triple H did hire him from Evolve, so he knows what he's doing.
That's good. And even though I wasn't happy with how they got that Money in the Bank case off of them.
Oh, I thought you were going to say what they did to Dolph Ziggler last night.
Dolph Ziggler is one of those guys where he's just gonna make it work.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the best person to do it too, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Someone who's been in the WWE for a hot minute, for a long ass minute, and him being attacked like that doesn't necessarily hurt him.
Yeah. Because no, even when right after Theory had won the Money in the Bank, I think it was like a mini storyline with him and Dolph.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of like
Vince
brought it full circle.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they took it off him because they wanted I guess he's been pigeonholed to that thing. Yeah. And now they're giving him the freedom. But I wish they would.
I was listening to Woke Culture, and what they were saying is that they practically just broke him down from everything that Vince McMahon created and is letting him traverse his way through that and like build his way back up from that.
Yeah. But they're getting rid of the selfies too. I'm gonna miss it.
He is Tyler Breeze.
Yeah, that about his thing anyway.
I'm gonna miss it. I don't care. It worked for him. I'm gonna miss it.
And guess who was about to go back down to NXT?
Oh,
was it Finn again?
No, if Vince McMahon was still in charge.
Oh,
Gunther.
Yeah, thank God
that he was on the way to being buried. Thank God Vince is gone.
Right.
Because Jesus Christ, Gunther, Wolf Waltzer, he is absolute gold. The matches he's had with Rey Mysterio, Sheamus, Ricochet have been amazing, especially the one with Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, that match was really good.
Yeah. That was an amazing match.
Yeah, it was.
Full Gear this Saturday?
Full Gear is this Saturday.
God damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Snuck up on us.
Shit.
So I was like, it ain't no way. It ain't no way.
Right. And then War Games right after that.
Yep. Saturday after.
Yeah, this is just like that summer. Like it's just summer this year. They was just back to back to back to back.
And then they got Deadline for NXT. And I believe one more.
It's the ROH show.
Yeah, the ROH show.
Yeah.
On the 10th, yeah.
On the 10th. In Arlington. I got to figure it out. Get down there. I'm going to try to sneak my way in. So if you see me in there, just know that I did not pay. Yeah. But yeah. Well, with everything that's going on, because we are heading towards Full Gear, one of the big news is that Saraya is cleared to wrestle.
Yes. Yeah. One, I love her because I just do. And two, because her mom has trained me a few times when she's come to the States. And she has whooped. I've told everybody this. I've told you guys. She whooped my ass. And she's just like an all-around smart woman, especially about British wrestling. Spots that she would have us do would be very like, one hit the ropes. We practically have to like keep a hold of each other the whole time while doing stuff. And it was a really good training session anytime she would show up.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
And on a few occasions when she was dating Alberto, I met her while at an Impact taping. And then a few times she's went to the wrestling school that I was going to at the time because her mom was working the show there. So she had showed up and I got to talk to her for a hot second. super nice. She is a super nice woman. I'm so happy she's 100% clear. I'm so sad that the promo off that she had to have with Britt Baker was just dry. Went too long.
Mm.
But I'm so happy that she can wrestle again. I'm happy when anybody can come back from the injury that she had to come back.
Speaking of that, like the whole thing, people were up in arms because it was one doctor that cleared her. They said that, you know, when Edge was cleared, he was cleared by multiple doctors before he hopped into the ring. And they believe that Tony did whatever Tony did to get this cleared. And that people are actually afraid for her health. Like, my thing about it was, all right, one doctor got her cleared. Cool. You, as a wrestler, knows where you can, what you can do, what you can't do, as far as once injury is happening, right? I'm asking you. So if you were injured and you felt like for years that you could, like, I'm sorry, I'm using you as an example, but even now today, you're like, no, it's going to be it for me if I hop back into the ring. I can't take too many more bumps. Your bump card is full. She feels like she still can. So,
and also doing it a lot longer than I have.
Mm-hmm.
She would know a lot better than even any doctor about how her body feels.
Right.
And as long as, granted, there's always free accidents, but she's never been the type to wrestle recklessly. She's never been like the Sammy Guevara type to just do shit for the sake of doing shit.
Right. Because that was one of the, like, when I tried to do the podcast episode by myself, but the audio didn't take. So I was going to put out a one person episode, but in that, when I was talking about the Saraya thing, that was one of the things that I was worried about. Now, just, you know, she's a smart wrestler. She said, hey, listen, until I fully know what I'm capable of, no running up behind me. That's not, like, that is a hard thing that she has set a limit on. So that told me that she's smart about what she's doing. She's just not coming back because of the ego. She really loves this, but she's aware of what could possibly happen. And the recklessness, hesitation in the ring. If she has any hesitation and a big spot, it can lead to something detrimental.
Even with the Bryan Danielson situation, I think he was cleared, but he wasn't cleared by WWE staff for so long.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see how they were telling Paige, like, yo, we're not going to allow you to wrestle. And Paige probably is like, yo, I don't want to wait as long as Bryan Danielson. There we go.
There you go.
And like, all you really need is just one doctor. People get more doctors when, you know, either they don't hear the right things that they want to hear, or they just want to make complete sure. She hasn't been wrestling for, I think, what did I say, 2017 was her last wrestling match?
I think it was around that time.
And the fact that she, like, hasn't taken any bumps, she obviously been keeping herself in shape, and she has to have trained. Like, even when you're not hurt, or even when you are hurt, you can still get in there and do, like, small stuff to, like, keep your cardio up, do all this other stuff. So I think that even if she's not 100%, she's at least 90%. Like,
yeah. And that was another thing that I was thinking, like, I understand why WWE doctors wouldn't clear her. I mean, they're doing whatever at the behest of Vince. Like, yeah, they got their moral code, but then they also got Vince, who is cutting their checks, and if Vince saying, "Hey, listen, I don't want nothing to happen to her right now," yeah, they'll find 1,000,001 different reasons. Or, there's a liability issue. And so now that small liability, Vince is like, nah, right? But with a doctor that is outside of any business, like sports, like in wrestling or AEW, if this person is outside of that limitation and they can say, this is okay, they're putting their business, their reputation, their livelihood on the line. Because if they say she's okay and the first hit that she gets, everything goes to hell, their career is over. So nobody is taking this as, oh no, just let her wrestle. Just let her wrestle. We're going to let her wrestle. Everybody has a stake in saying yes or no. So for the people that aren't really sure, everybody that doctor that said yes has a stake in his career is on the line. As soon as she gets on there, he might not even really be a wrestling fan, but he is going to watch that match because his career is on the line, especially now since all of the controversy that's surrounded and all the news that is following it. He's going to be watching to make sure she does good and all of that. This doctor is going to be one of the ones that they go outside for a third party, evaluation to make sure. Because now, even if it's good, it builds up his reputation, that builds up his business and all of that. So there's a lot that's at stake for him. So everybody that's saying, oh yeah, Tony paid, nah. The only way that Tony could pay him enough is if he broke off part of his billions that he just gave. Here's $1 billion for you. Just say that it's okay. You got to be good you need to be good for the rest of your life in order for you to say yes to something like that, or to clear a wrestler that, that could end your career, because it's not like a little small time wrestler. This is Paige. This is Saraya. Her name is iconic, especially in the women's division, especially in WWE. Actually, people in WWE is going to tune in just to watch this match because they want to see her wrestle. So this ain't no small potatoes type thing. So yeah, y'all can just, shut up with all the stupidity of Tony paid this guy off, because ain't no money in the world unless it's $1 billion. It'd be like, and then he would have to deal with his conscience if that was.
Yeah.
So
and ain't no way a doctor is going to put his career on the line.
It's medical credibility.
Yeah, all of that plays a part. So congratulations, Saraya. Saraya. I keep saying Saraya. Saraya, congratulations. Can't wait to see you at Full Gear. In all of this, I miss Adam Cole. I've been thinking about that a lot.
Right. Is not the only one.
Yeah. The last time I heard he's still having issues.
Yeah.
His concussion, I think another injury.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I watch his Twitch stream, so
okay.
He's about right. He seemed in good spirits, so
that's cool. What is it? Yeah, that's like the same thing with Randy.
Yes, I just seen a picture of him. Like the last picture they took of him, it was like him and his wife in a hospital. Him he just had surgery or something.
The back is no joke. I still have lower back issues. Where that's the reason why I just can't do it. I literally lay on the ground and I can do a slight movement and I can just continually pop my lower back. And when I wake up, sometimes my lower back is hurting. When I sit too long, my back is hurting. When I stand too long, my back is hurting.
Yeah.
That's why I can't take these bumps. My back hurts too much.
No,
And I do not want to be the one to take any type of drugs to get my back to feel better because I don't want to go down that slippery slope.
yeah, I understand. Yeah,
Stick to my tequila, vodka, moonshine mix.
that's what's up. That's what's up.
The real medication.
All right. And before we I move on to the whole CM Punk thing, because we got the CM Punk and then we also got Full Gear predictions. I do not want to gloss over the fact that Mercedes she's trademarked her stuff. She's not only trademarked all of her stuff just for like music, but for wrestling events and appearances, which kind of indicates that either Triple H is allowing her to have her own character and to sell her own merch outside of the WWE. Like, because, Vince owned the rights to all of that. He's allowing her to get the rights so she can return. Or she's planning on wrestling this month someplace else.
How long has it been?
6 months.
Since May?
Yeah. So her non-compete should be up regardless anyways.
Yeah. But no, she put out a live saying that this November, she's ready to get back into what she's been doing. She's been waiting for 6 months for this.
And everybody thinks she was like, oh, Survivor Series. I'm like, whoops, sadly, the War Games has already been taken care of.
Hey. And
this million has come back, yes.
Yeah. But I was also thinking, hey, Britt got Jamie. Who's back in Saraya?
Yeah, but I have a slight feeling that Britt is going to cost Jamie the match.
Oh, you talking about before the Britt Saraya match?
Before or after?
Yeah, no, but I'm talking about who was back in Saraya and the Britt, because Britt got Jamie sitting out there. Maybe the appearance of Mercedes Moné coming down to the ring to help out her best friend from being jumped by Rebel, and Jamie. Like
it's
that
Reba, not Rebel. Or no, it's Rebel, not Reba.
Yeah, it's Rebel. That's why I was being funny. I called her Reba, but I was like, it's Rebel. Yeah. But yeah, that could be a big moment for AEW if they could swing that. Saraya and Sasha together, Saraya and Mercedes. That would be
And I know Trinity was currently here in Orlando for EDC this weekend.
Oh, that's what's up.
A couple of my friends that went there got to take pictures with her. It's like,
yeah, I wish.
I like house music that much.
Yeah, I wish.
But yeah. It's like, yeah, I can only do like maybe 3 hours of house music, and then I'm like, all right, this is insulting to my ears. I have to go.
Yeah.
I do want to go to a go-go party, though.
That would be awesome. Hit up Washington, D.C. They do go-go parties all the goddamn time. But no, I just wanted to make sure that was stated because I know I glossed over it with the whole WaywardSons thing. But yeah, Mercedes Moné is trademarked for wrestling events for people to say it on TV. So she's expecting to be on TV. So if Triple H did her a solid and allow her to have her own rights, amazing. Round of applause, another brilliant move. But if that's not it and Tony got her, that is a steal that I don't think anybody would have seen coming.
Yeah. I for sure thought she was going back to WWE.
Yeah.
I thought they was going to put her and Naomi in the War Games match, but that ain't happening.
Yeah. Like,
okay. I see the picture that you're talking about with Randy Orton.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
I hope he come back. I'm praying every day that we get a Randy Orton on the Triple H.
Yes.
Because that might be the best Randy Orton.
Yeah, it probably would. It probably would. But now going into the circus that is CM Punk. There is rumors that he might be staying.
I seen him.
Yeah.
Did they say he had the same injury as Christian?
I don't know. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I didn't hear that either.
But I don't believe the injury anyway.
Yeah, because it did like he had one.
No, he didn't have one. He didn't have one after the match. He didn't have one with the alleged swing, and all of a sudden he's injured. Like, because if he had it before the match, he probably wouldn't have been able to throw a punch. I mean, if he had it before the press conference, the scrum, he wouldn't have been able to really throw a punch. So I'm still up under this whole work thing, even though I swayed away from it. But with everything that is going on, I believe that there's a lot that goes into it. But
big work of the century.
Man. Yes, but I think his name is Brandon Corbin. Give me a second. I'm gonna get his name.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this card for AEW tomorrow. Top Flight back together. I was just talking about them.
Yeah, Darius is finally uninjured. Hopefully, he can stay non-injured for longer. So he's teamed with AR Fox.
Yes, I seen AR Fox. I was like, oh, this guy.
AR Fox is so underrated. So underrated. Like, I was just looking at his match with Serpentico from Dark.
That was too.
It's so good. And yeah. I hope AR Fox gets signed because he needs to be signed and he needs to be shown a light, because even if he was in like Impact, he would have been perfect for the X division. That's how on point he is.
So it's him at Top Flight versus Death Triangle.
Woo!
That's gonna be a good match.
Yeah.
It's for the title.
All right. But yeah, his name is Billy Corgan, the owner of National Wrestling Alliance.
That guy.
Yeah. Ain't he part of like the Smashing Pumpkins or REM? He's in one of those rock groups too.
Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah, I think it's Smashing Pumpkins.
Disrespecting Mickey James got Nick Aldis to leave. Can Nick Aldis show up in the WWE?
Maybe, but we still talking about Punk right now because I know NWA got their whole list of drama that's going on. But he was on an interview and he was talking about CM Punk. He said he hasn't really talked to him. Like, he knows him. He's cool with him. He haven't talked to him in a few years. But he was saying that they're not hearing anything about him being released. He, one of the owners in the wrestling promotion, is not hearing anything about a top star being released. But he was saying that it would make sense for them to work something out, because for as much as AEW got stuff out of CM Punk got a lot out of AEW. Like it was the perfect thing. And there's too much money for Tony Khan to just let walk away. So he's saying that it could be resolved. But
I hope it is, because we didn't even get the Punk versus Danielson match yet.
No, we didn't.
That's what I'm pissed about.
Yeah. But I just thought that it was odd that a owner of a wrestling promotion that is, I want to say well known. NWA has been around for a long time.
NWA is one of the staples.
Yeah.
of wrestling.
Yeah.
If you think AEW's, it's one of the pillars of professional wrestling.
Yeah. Even like Smoky Mountain is still, they're one of the pillars. So for him to be like so in the know of what's going on, it's not, there's almost radio silence about what's going on with CM Punk, right? Yeah. I would say that it would make sense for AEW to not say anything about it, because if they want to keep him, they don't want to, say something and then it start a bidding war. If they're going to release him,
bidding war of 2024.
Yeah. If they want to buy him out, they don't want to do that and receive the bad press. They don't. There's a lot that goes into them not saying anything.
I don't know, because they might be like, "Yeah, we'll release you, but you sign this NDA. You can't say shit about."
Yeah, no. I've heard that there was talks that they said, "Hey, everybody keep quiet," and he obliged. But even with everybody keeping quiet, there's ways that things get out. And if CM Punk really wanted to leave, it would be in his best interest to make noise one way or another. Right?
Yeah.
Because when it got out that maybe there's a buyout, he got out that maybe there's some litigation that may happen.
We all know who put that out there. A couple WaywardSons or whatever the fuck word you said.
WaywardSons. Yeah. No, those would be beneficial to Punk. Like, there's a buyout. All right, he's about to hit the market soon. We can get ready. Litigation. Okay, we want to see where this goes. We're going to watch this. We're going to see how everything goes, because if there is no buyout and he loses outright, we can offer him a deal immediately, right? It allows for the other people that has a vested interest or could have a vested interest to actually pay attention. If this goes quiet on for a couple more weeks and we don't hear anything about Punk, he's going to be forgotten about. It's kind of, we see it with other people that are dealing with injuries.
I mean, it's out of sight, out of mind.
Right. So if he's actually injured and he's healing, that'll also be another good thing for nobody to say anything, because and for AEW, that nobody says anything, because when he's ready, he can just come right back. It could be a surprise. It could be another moment. Right. But if he wants to go, you got to have friends of a friend of a friend saying, yeah, CM Punk not happy here. Friend of a friend of a friend saying, like, man, I wonder how he would be in 6 months and 7 months and 8 months, hinting that an NDA could be for how long? Like, man, he might be gone for about 9 months. Like that. Yeah. But in business, this is how things get out anyway. Like, so if he wanted to leave, there should be noise. If he wants to stay, everybody shut the fuck up. If the Young Bucks and them got into the whole thing and then they actually talked behind the scenes or whatever and they come to an understanding, everybody shut the fuck up, because now we're all about to make money, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm more on the side of that. This goes into my work theory. I don't want to go deep into it. I drained myself when I was doing my one-man podcast. I drained myself to not have it. That shit sucks. But yeah, it goes into my theory. But even if it was a shoot and it turns into a work shoot, this makes it, everybody being quiet just makes everything come over easier. If Tony said, "Hey, listen, we're going to keep you, but we're going to do things differently," that whole thing with Cole Cabana being out there, is saying was not really a slap in the face to Punk, but saying, "Hey, Punk, this is how we're going to roll. We're all going to be team players. If we want to use him, we're going to use him. We're not going to do this. You're not going to do, And if Punk saying, "Hey, I can roll with it. We can figure something out. I'm making a lot of money and I don't want to lose this just yet." Yeah, it would behoove everybody to shut the fuck up. So I'm thinking that CM Punk could definitely, matter of fact, shooting my shot.
What's that? You put his
CM Punk is still in AEW. He is still elite. There we go. That is my call. I'm saying it, and when that happens, I'm gonna be like, "Yep, see, I told you, it was all a work." Oh no, it was a work shoot. The work is the first part of that work shoot.
Yeah.
But yeah,
right either way.
I wanted to say that because he did show up for commentary of the UFC fight. That was his first thing out. And that also states that maybe this is a good thing. Like, maybe they resolve some things that they're allowing him to actually be on. Because honestly, if there was a contractual issue, he wouldn't be doing nothing.
That's true.
So him being on there's some type of agreement, there's some type of trust there to say, "Hey, we're going to still allow this to happen." Or
you want to know who they shouldn't let out in public?
I think. Yeah.
Ooh, that boy.
Did y'all see that?
That boy got the Bobby Fish treatment.
In Dubai.
Hey, you want to see me box?
I know you guys are stupid. No, stupid. They don't understand English like that.
No, it ain't that. It is not that. They don't know who you are. You're AEW. You're not WWE. You could have said, "You want to see me box?" And it was fucking Kofi Kingston. Niggas would have been yelling. But it was Sammy, and don't nobody know Sammy outside of AEW.
Know Sammy, don't no one want to know Sammy.
Man, and I want to believe this. I do want to believe this in the bottom of my heart. I believe this. They know exactly who Sammy is, which is why he was like.
Or my other thing is maybe the PA system wasn't actually going around. He was just talking into the camera. So no one fucking heard his dumb ass.
No, they heard him. And it was like, "We know who you are. You and Takers just stay. You and Takers stay where y'all at. We don't want to see you."
Sammy Zayn. Here's something about Crown Jewel going on at you real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So Sami Zayn isn't allowed in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
But he still got a chant from the Saudi people.
He got a chant at the press conference and at the show.
You said who?
Sami Zayn.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Like, yes, because his national,
He's Syrian. Well, his nationality is Canadian, but his Muslim side is Syrian.
He's Syrian. Okay.
Whatever. But yeah, they were chanting his name in Dubai.
That's
Saudi Arabia.
That is awesome.
Yes. Which I also found out why MVP couldn't go to Saudi Arabia. Because he was Muslim, but he's currently atheist. And in the Saudi regime, being atheist is a terrorist. Well, considered being a terrorist.
That's not good.
Yeah, that's why they wrote him off that Friday before. Where Braun Strowman attacked him.
Yeah.
I was like, why is he beating up MVP? That all makes sense.
But that is one great thing. If wrestling could bring it to where Saudis are cheering on a Syrian, that is amazing. We're one step closer to just world unity. Thanks to wrestling.
Kidding. There was a rocket that hit a NATO country. World War IV.
I wish my hand wasn't like this because I would have just muted him. But no, we get unity through wrestling. That's all we want.
UNITY.
That's all we want. But yeah, I think that is it for all of the smaller news. Yeah, because I was going to talk about Sammy Guevara, but
yeah, I want to talk about Sammy Guevara a little bit too.
Yeah,
because Big Swole was like, you wasn't trying to box with Eddie. I was like, she is hilarious.
That is hilarious.
He wasn't trying to box with Andrade either. So
yeah, he wasn't.
Man. He went, man, yeah, Sammy. Shut your bitch ass up.
135-pound ass. Go back to doing your flippity doo dah shit.
Yeah, she's like, why you ain't box with Eddie, huh? Just say you scared. Oh man.
Wrestling.
He ain't about that New York life, okay?
No.
I don't know where Sammy Guevara is from.
San Antonio. Yeah, I know.
Everything's bigger in Texas, like egos, but not fighting ability.
Yeah, it ain't Dallas. Dallas is amazing. I love Dallas. Y'all should move down here. I'm gonna keep saying that.
I will not move to Dallas because I will get killed from talking so much shit.
No, just I'll do it. Everything's good. Everything's good. Just don't do it. Don't do it.
Do that again.
Just don't do it. Yeah, don't do it as you are walking out. Monday is a good enough day to say, how about them Cowboys on the load? Or sending a text to the people that you're working with on that day. They'll probably cut you out a little bit, but yeah, it's only the drunks. It's just
like, how about those lines? I'm like, yo, the lines have never been good, so that's not really an insult. So you just like
yeah.
You have to go back in time for that one.
Yeah. Y'all been bad from 91 to 2017 too, so let's not talk about it.
I think the last was 92.
Okay, so no, 91 has been around the same time. Their last playoff win was in 2017 against the Lions. The only person that hasn't had a playoff win for the exact same amount of time. That's how I know. Yeah. Y'all been bad. I know
y'all had a better record, but y'all still have gone and watched the Super Bowl at home like we do.
Yeah. But no, let's get off let's get off that because I'm not trying to fight with people at my job. But no, I guess now we are at Full Gear.
Yes.
We got Full Gear going. How many matches did you say they had?
As of right now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 matches. And we know that they're going to put stuff on the pre-show.
Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't even mention the pre-show yet.
No, they haven't. It's going
to be like 4 matches.
Shit, they posted stuff for the Friday show. I forget. I got to look it up. It's Ortiz. I think Ortiz is still there.
Yeah, he was with Eddie last week.
Kingston versus, I think, 2 people from either Noah or New Japan.
Hope it's Suzuki again.
All right, hold on. We're about to do something new. I am actually going to write down who we think is going to win. God damn it. Who we think is going to win and in our predictions. So we can just keep a list of who is right and who is wrong. And I will post it onto our social media sites.
Okay, so the first match that we have, that I'm going to go with is Sting and Darby Allin versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal.
Wow. I don't like that. I really don't like that. Like that to be the first one. Okay, I'm the way.
That's just the bottom.
No. I don't mean like the first one on the match. I don't mean like the first match. But for us to go on the first one to pick, I mean, Darby and Sting kind of needs one.
I don't think they ever have they lost a pay-per-view match when they tagged together?
I don't believe so.
I don't know, but I
can't think of what.
They've been looking like yeah. But Jay Lethal needs one. Shoot. They've been working Jay Lethal. Like he deserves one. I don't even say need, I say deserve. And I'm saying Triple J, Jeff Jarrett. Yeah.
Real quick. On Thursday, it's going to be Jay White and Juice Robinson to face Eddie Kingston and Okada.
What the?
Huh?
Where?
New Japan Strong.
Okay.
I'm going to find a way to watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like what?
But my pick.
I'm gonna go Sting and Darby.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Jay and Jarrett.
All right, so
they're gonna keep this thing going.
Yeah.
So, and Jarrett.
Fair enough. I need Sting to turn on Darby.
I don't need that.
It'll probably be the other way around.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
That works for me too.
And Darby as a heel.
Yeah.
He'll still just be moody and
I was like, you gotta change.
Man, he don't have to change too much. I would like him to be a little I don't want to say arrogant, annoying. Add crying to your shit. I want to see that. Let's just add a little levity to your brooding nature.
He would just be annoying. It's like, yo, say something. Say something.
Yeah.
Then we have Saraya versus Britt Baker. We'll go with Saraya. Saraya. However you want to say it. Tomato.
Yeah, I'm going with Saraya.
I don't like that. But yeah.
You don't like that. She'll lose her first match back?
Yeah, no, that's why I said, I know I want Britt to win, but she ain't about to lose her first match back. Like, that's why I don't like it.
Match.
Is that a stipulation match? There ain't no. It was
singles match.
Yeah. So we are going with Saraya.
Match.
We are going with Saraya, even though I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In the steel cage match, we have Luchasaurus versus Jungle Boy. I feel like they're going to give Jungle Boy the win.
Yeah, I mean, there's
much more they can do.
Yeah, there ain't much you can do. I mean, it's kind of like a writer that's wrote themselves and wrote their back into the wall. Now they got to figure it out. Plot. He got plot armor. Jungle Boy wins this, not unless they want to tell a very sad story.
Jungle Boy Jack Perry. You have to say it full name. It's like a pimp called Slipback.
No, it's actually just Jack Perry. Jungle Boy is something that they threw on him as a kid. He's a grown man now. He's Jack Perry. I just need. Yeah, he don't even
we all
need
got
Jungle Boy.
Jack Perry for this one.
Yeah.
So the next match, we don't necessarily know what the match is going to be. It is the AEW World Eliminator Tournament Finals. So it's either going to be Ethan Page or Bandito, because those two face each other, I believe. I think it's Dynamite or Rampage. I don't know which one. And the winner of that is going to face either Lance Archer, Ricky Starks, or Brian Cage.
Okay. So
they really dropped the ball with this tournament.
How do you think they dropped the ball?
The pay-per-view is a week away. And they're still setting up the match. Where I get it if they had the semifinals be on Dynamite or whatever. But it's like, yo, we don't even know what this match is right now. So there's no way that we can actually like do a prediction on this match. Like we can say who we want to win, but
yeah, we might not even know the full like for the semifinals until Friday.
What?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna say it like this. We already got a story with MJF. So if MJF wins the title, right? We got MJ. We all think that MJF is gonna win the title, right?
Yeah, we ain't got there yet.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't got there yet.
We haven't got there yet, but that's kind of like when we all knew CM Punk was coming. So this is like, we already know. So let's just address it real quick. We'll get to the match, but Ethan Page is part of that group that just jumped MJF, the Firm.
That's my pick.
Ethan Page is going to be the first one that is going to meet MJF after the title. So
If I could, I would say that I want it to be Ethan Page versus Ricky Starks.
That's what I want. That's what I want. Or Ethan versus Brian Cage. Or my all my boys is in it. So it's kind of hard because it's like, all right, we got Lance, we got Brian, we got Ricky, and I don't really want to choose because I know that it's going to be Ethan Page to win because of how everything is playing out. But I would love for Brian Cage or Ricky Stark or Lance to be in it. I gotta choose.
I'm just glad Brian Cage made it out of the first round.
Yes.
I said if he didn't make it out of the first round, I think we pissed this whole tournament.
Especially because he was facing Dante Martin.
Yeah. He ain't been doing that anyway.
Yeah.
Real quick. They don't have Wardlow on the card right now.
Oh, it's probably going to be Wardlow versus Joe.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be Wardlow versus Powerhouse Hobbs.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
No, I think it's going to be Wardlow versus Joe, and it's going to be for the TNT title, and Samoa Joe is not winning that. He can't. I would love if he did, just because it's finally, oh yeah, somebody beat Wardlow. But honestly, I don't want hot potatoes all over again. That is,
he held it for a minute, but he just hasn't had an actual story with the title.
And now we do. And so if they switch it off of him so quickly, like now that you got an official story, this is the first time that we probably see, if it's Samoa Joe first, Samoa Joe would be one of the ones that we think they would put on the TNT title. So there's a chance for him.
I would see actually Wardlow beating Samoa Joe, and it sets up Powerhouse Hobbs, and Powerhouse Hobbs is the one that defeats Wardlow. So that's how I want it.
No, and I understand that. Because that's what I was about to say. If it was Powerhouse Hobbs to win, then it would be, all right, I don't want it to be a transitional title if you're going to move it to Hobbs. Hobbs can't, what I want is that this story continues to go on and Hobbs eventually wins it.
Hobbs wins at Winter's Coming. That's where I want him to win it.
I want Ricky to interrupt his shot. So when all of this continues, if Wardlow beats Samoa Joe and he gets a victory, he won't win clean, but he gets a victory over Powerhouse Hobbs. Those would be two times where we thought Wardlow could possibly lose it. And he didn't, and it makes it compelling. And Hobbs is still there because he didn't lose outright, which makes it compelling, which gives me something to care about with this TNT title. But if it goes to, all right, he beat Samoa Joe and he lose to Hobbs, what's next for Hobbs? Because now it's there. But if you make this story drag on a little longer, Samoa Joe is a champion already. Let him lose outright. Let him lose. You could do a distraction, but he still gets pinned or whatever, right? Let's do that, right? So he can still look good as that champion, right? And just let it be so much. I know that they don't use it a lot, But let it be so much shenanigans that is not a clean victory for Wardlow this time around. It brings us to, and let Ricky Starks be that catalyst, because then it could be the Ricky Starks fighting for that championship. He don't want him to win it, and so he's going to do it himself after he loses to Ethan Page. He's going to try to fight for that championship. So now you got another story where it's Hobbs versus Wardlow, but now Ricky is in it. Like, it can develop into something to where there's three guys that we would love to see the belt on, and we just really can't choose. And the layer gets added on and added on and added on. And now that title feels like something, because even if one person beats Wardlow for it, now you still got another person that's waiting in the wing that is supposed to be stepping up, or there's still bad blood that's going on that is going to eventually go for that title. Like, we can see it. But that's what it needs. I do not want it to be a quick victory, one and done, and all of this. And it's just on to the next. What's next? What's next? Because that has been the thing that has been killing them right now. What's next? That's why I say the Ethan Page thing is playing a part, which is why, because they need something for MJF as soon as he wins. Because, like you said, even if he decides to still be an asshole face, right? People are going to cheer him. Mm-hmm. He'd still be an asshole, right? But what's next for him? Like, okay, he's an asshole face. That's cool. We seen it work with Kenny Omega, but there was a story behind Kenny Omega that Heyman was going to win a championship. We knew what was coming. We seen it even when we wasn't sure. When we thought maybe. So what's going to happen? But if he turns face, Ethan Page is the heel that is in his face, and the firm is on his ass, and that makes it a compelling story. Because even if it is Ethan Page and he got to take out the firm all by himself because he has nobody to stand with, because he betrayed everybody, and then the people that he actually care about betrayed him. Like, that's another compelling story. But the what next factor has been the world building. And I know that I've been on that for a couple of weeks, but the world building has been a hell of a lot better. And so I'm looking to see what's next. And if Samoa Joe wins, we know Powerhouse is in the back. And if Powerhouse lose, then now we're like, okay, what's going on? Now is something that's compelling. But that TNT title is not compelling.
Not at all.
The AEW title is compelling because of who's in it. Like, it's not even that it's Jon Moxley. It's because of MJF. Because Jon Moxley just winning when MJF wasn't around. Everybody that he was put in front of, nobody cared about. I mean, it's like Moxley gonna win. I don't mean nobody cared about, but it was always Moxley's gonna win. Moxley's gonna win. Moxley's gonna win. So there's nothing compelling. It was all the eliminator shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now we got this, and this is going to be the start of something different. And they already got something else coming behind it. So the Firm versus MJF, all of them wants a shot, and he got to fight all of them, and he has nobody. And then eventually the Pinnacle comes back. Like, everybody's hoping for that. Like, we got fan theories in our head. And as Tony
comes and beats up MJF, and then the Pinnacle comes.
Yes, that big ass pop. Like, that would be crazy. And Wardlow comes out to help, but then he's standoffish with fucking MJF, and it builds tension to this. Like, there's a lot that they could do. And this is like the first time in a long time where it felt like it was something. Where it felt like, okay, I can't wait to see what's next. Because for a while it was like, we already know, there ain't nothing coming back. We thought CM Punk and Wardlow was going to be a thing. And then all of that happened once he got injured. And then he put the title on to Wardlow, and Wardlow just been in purgatory.
The TNT title is equivalent to the 24/7 title. Right.
And that's bad because it's supposed to be like the USA or the European title or the Intercontinental title. Like it could be, man, listen, the USA title is like the shit right now because of the whole story that is going on. We've had great USA champions. We had great European champions. We had some undisputed Euro, huh?
I wish they would bring back the European title, but it has to be the authentic European title.
Yeah.
I don't know why I love the European title so much growing up as a kid, but I always wanted to be the European title champion.
No, because the European title champions were like fucking cold. Like D'Lo was a Euro. He was the what is it? The Euro American champion because he had both belts. He had the USA and the European title.
I don't think that.
Yeah. Yeah, hold on one second.
This is wrong. Because when D'Lo was wrestling, there was only the European and the Intercontinental title. Because
then it was the Eurocontinental Championship. He was the Eurocontinental champion. My fault. Yeah, it wasn't the USA. But the European title has been held by great people. So I understand why you would be like, man, I want to be European champion. I want to be walking around with that belt. And it looked fucking good. Like, but
which we've also got off track with our predictions.
Yeah, we'll get back to the prediction. But we've been having conversations about them and timing and world building and what's next. And those have been,
ready for them to be done with ROH. Because I feel like ROH is taking the shine away from the TNT title.
You are correct, because you're not the only person that said that. Lance Archer has also said, if you're not going to put, if you're not doing anything with it, if they're not going to have their own show or whatever, just blow it up. Because it is what he said. He said it was murking the water. That's what he was saying. He was muddying it up. Because now you got all of these things, and if they're not going to matter within the next year, you're just it is taken away from. Like,
yeah.
But I think
people calling it Rampage, ROH Rampage.
Yeah, I mean, and until if they're getting the show, he's going to continue, and he should continue because he don't want it to just die out. But if they don't get a show, yeah, he needs to blow it up.
Well, I mean, from what TK has said, they have, I don't know if they have a TV deal in the works, but they have big plans for ROH being its own entity in 2023.
So if that happens, he's going to have to keep it up just a little while longer. We're going.
What I'm hoping is at the ROH pay-per-view is every title that's held by an AEW superstar loses it to what is then will be an ROH superstar.
I would see that, but then
for the first show, you're gonna want, which that actually ties into the match. It's a fatal four-way for the ROH title with Sammy Guevara, Claudio Castagnoli, Bryan Danielson, and Chris Jericho. I feel like Bryan Danielson should win.
I'm questioning why Sammy Guevara is in this match or not.
Because he's the
Daniel Garcia. Should have been Daniel Garcia.
It should have been Daniel Garcia, but
but still.
They don't want to put another champion into the match because he's probably going to face Wheeler Yuta at the ROH pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So I see why they would put Sammy Guevara, and it's kind of showing a little bit of contention because of how, like, Sammy Guevara was just, like, looking at him weird.
Yeah. No.
What?
I will say this about that Fatal 4-Way. I can see Bryan Danielson winning, but if it's not Bryan Danielson,
I would rather him keep it on Chris Jericho.
It is going to be kept on Chris Jericho because as much as, Whoever wins that championship that night is going to be the face for a brief period to get a whole bunch of people over to get that wrestling show over. And you can't put it on an up and coming superstar because there's no attachment to it. It's kind of like what you said when Chris Jericho became champion of AEW. You put it on that big name because it's going to make that draw. It's going to make everything seem legit. And it's going to bring in the casual fans that already know who this person is.
But you put it on Bryan Danielson, and people know who Bryan Danielson is. The ROH fandom knows who Bryan Danielson is. And he can actually go, like, yeah, Chris Jericho can obviously have great matches with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But Bryan Danielson in ROH, like, if you've never seen any of his ROH matches,
yeah, no, what I was saying was that if it wasn't Bryan Danielson, it is going to stay on Chris. It's just one of those two.
Sammy Guevara, everybody's going to want Sammy Guevara to lose. He doesn't need to be in the main event of a pay-per-view ever. Claudio, he's great. And in WWE, he was vastly underrated. Hell, even now he's vastly underrated.
Yeah.
But to put him like in the main event of such a big pay-per-view like that, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to draw as well as people think. Bryan Danielson and Chris Jericho, those are the two draws for ROH.
Yeah. And those are definitely going to be the two draws. My only thing is that it's been proven that Chris Jericho can take the reins of a situation like this and just
suck the life out of all the young talents.
You do realize that he is the one that has given more talent shine than any of the other trainers.
He has sucked the talent away. Not the talent, but he sucked the momentum away from MJF for a full year.
No, he didn't. Did you see the musical? It was gold. That entire time, it was gold.
That was worse for MJF's mouth.
I'm not saying it wasn't gold.
So, it was MJF shine.
MJF said that Chris Jericho was saying that he took his shine, his spotlight. So I'm not saying he's taking their skills or whatever. Chris Jericho is taking their shine.
Kayfabe style, right? Because he's put more spotlight on to people that nobody knew.
Sucking the spotlight out of him like a vampire in Diaries of a Vampire.
He done a
Interview of a Vampire.
Any of those vampires things. But he did a lot better than MJF. He's doing a lot better than Sting. Sting is pigeonholed in Darby right now. But Darby might not be able to do it without him, though. That's another thing.
I don't think Darby would be able to do it without Sting. Because Sting just gives that mystique that Darby Allin needs.
Yeah. Because without the mystique, he would just be classified as boring.
Yeah. He does the cool dive. You can do crazy spots, but besides that, Sting, when we talk about a Sting Darby Allin match, who do we talk about? Talk about Sting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There ain't no way. That man's 60 years old. You can't
do it. But even with that, it's like he understands the theatrics. And we're going to get back into our predictions, but he understands the theatrics, right? And so when you see the snow falling down, or you see the Raven flying to the top of the fucking auditorium or the stadium or whatever, those are moments that fucking Sting has that will live with you forever. Him being brought down by the bungee in the ring, beating everybody with a bat, not saying anything, not giving up anything. He don't say nothing. He just stands there and just it's psychological. And those are moments that stick with fans. And Darby doesn't have that. He has moments that are kind of cool. Like this, he really did come in a body bag. Like, okay, that's cool. Like, that was kind of crazy. But you also got tied up into that body bag and beaten. Like,
throw down the stairs. Yeah.
Yeah, like, there's no iconic moment. There's no, the mystique of what he does is he's like still over the top in what he's trying to do, even though it's technically subdued. He needs to try to, okay, this is where I want to go. I want to be in a body bag. How about let me bring it back and let me do an Undertaker type thing. Let me do an Undertaker homage. Let me come in the casket. Let these people bring me in. Let me just.
He's had a lot of casket matches.
Yeah, but if that entrance was the moment of the casket, he comes in, a whole bunch of people is bringing him in with a casket, and he just, pops out of the casket instead of doing the little dead man thing. He pops out of the casket and get ready to fight or whatever it is. They bring the casket in, the guy's opening, he's waiting for him, and the first time he's going in, you hit him with the casket.
They did with Kane, set the casket on fire.
But he's not. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, the first time, because nobody's going to suspect it. You bring the casket in, the person that you're fighting with gets hit in the face with the casket because instead of you doing the dead man rise, you wait until he goes down and try to see what's in there. Pop, hit him in the face with it. Then that's like a cool moment. Second time you do it, don't be in the casket. Guy comes in and you just sneak up behind him. Like, then it could be built moments for him, right? But he wants the extreme shit. And it's like, those are cool, but then you're getting your ass beat by the stuff that you brought out. It don't make it iconic. Like, and that's him being, the perfect teammate, the perfect partner in the ring. Hey, I got this idea. Do this to me. And, he's like, all right, I'll choke you out in this. I'll beat you and throw you down the cage. Like, I'll do all of that. And those are great moments, but it's not iconic for him. And he needs to learn where that goes because his mic skill still isn't there. But in that, because we were talking about the Fatal 4-Way, I guess we can make a prediction on that one.
Brian.
Yeah, Brian.
I'm going Chris. Fuck y'all.
Of course you're going Chris.
I'm going Chris.
Surprise, surprise.
The Ocho.
Like,
you my boy. I've been riding with you for decades now. All right. So if you ever get a chance to see this, know that these two numbnuts.
Yeah. So I'm not a numb nut. I'm a slot nut.
Okay. Right. Yeah, you could be nut butter for all I care. These two guys did not ride with you, but I rode with the Wizard, the Ocho, Le Champion, all the great things. Y2J, the guy. I'm gonna tell him, Bryan Danielson will never, ever beat Chris Jericho for the title shot.
Who?
Daniel Bryanson. Bryan Danielson. Whatever his name is, Slapnut. He will never. Never.
But going back to our predictions, we have the AEW TBS title match where the champion, Jade Cargill, is facing the champion, Nyla Rose.
So good.
It's so good.
Like, I don't. This one is actually like one of the hardest ones for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want it to be Jade, but if Nyla can keep up like the way she is with Jade with the TBS title, I would rather have it on Nyla Rose.
Yeah. I mean, I'm no, go ahead.
I'm going to say Jade because I love her. And she's the number one champion in all of AEW.
Uno.
Acknowledge her. And Badwell, stop being a little weirdo. Fucking weirdo. You couldn't handle Jade. You wouldn't fuck Jade. Jade would fuck you.
You probably like it.
I'm not here to king shame.
Oh, definitely not king shaming. I was just putting it out there.
But I'm going to go with Jade Cargill, but I wouldn't mind, as long as it's a really good match, I wouldn't mind Nyla Rose having the title. And then that way, Jade could actually go towards the AEW women's title because that's what she actually deserves. She deserves to be the champion of all the women, not just the TBS title.
TBS, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go with Jade, too. You know, I like that. She's hilarious.
Party's on the phone. So we both picked Jade.
Yeah, I got that, and I'm picking Jade. Even though Nyla has been my girl since I've been seeing her wrestle on AEW, I was like, this motherfucker is badass.
It was either the first or second AEW world or AEW.
She was second.
She was second. Riho was first. Yep.
I actually would have gave it to Nyla then, but that's just me.
It should have been Nyla first, but I understand what they were trying to do. I mean, business is business. But yeah, Nyla definitely.
But if it is Nyla, I want Jade Cargill to be like one of the first ones in line for the AEW Women's title.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I was about to say. I'm telling you, the way that I would play this out, Jade wins, right? She celebrates. She is happy. She does, she's celebrating in the ring. She's in the champion. Everybody's happy because people thought that she might lose this one. She gets hit in the back by Nyla again, and Nyla runs off with the belt. What happens is, she still runs off with it. Like, fuck it, I'm still the champion. I don't care what anybody say. But that pisses off Jade so much that she's like, you know what, Tony? You don't want to do anything about it. Fuck it. You can let her have it. You can do whatever. I'm stepping away because I'm going for the AEW's women title. And I am not losing that one. I'm not giving it up. And she keeps her record. And I don't mean she has to say it as
like that.
Yeah. But she can, Tony, you're not going to do anything? Fuck it. Nyla, you can have it. And then it created a women's tournament for the TBS title, and Nyla wins that. Or Nyla holds on to it as the unofficial champion. And
she becomes the official champion.
Right. So when I say unofficial, I mean like they still say that no. It still says the championship has been vacated until they create something for her to actually win it. But she holding on to it like she's the champion.
Our possession is 9/10 of the law, or whatever.
Yes, and she can use that. And Tony could be like, "Listen, you're not the champion. You got to give me the belt." Like somebody comes in and try to voice reason to her, and she's like, "Nah, you gonna take it from me? Or are you gonna take it from me? Oh, you're not? All right then.
Champion.
Okay, take you. All right, you know how you're gonna have to take it, right? You don't have to fight me for it because I'm the champion, and then it could be the whole tournament, and she can win that, and she can say that she could do the silly shit like say that she defended it throughout the entire tournament. Like she's the only champion that defended it 12 times in the past 4 weeks. Like she could say that, and it will work. So, but yeah, I say Jay, and I want it to be like that. Because I do not want Jade to lose her. I don't want her to end her streak, but I do want Nyla to have it. So hopefully it plays out in some regard like that.
The next match is for the AEW World Tag Team Titles. It's going to be Swerve in Our Glory versus the Acclaim. So I have this going either one of two ways. That's the same. Sorry. This drink had me feeling like whatever. I want the Acclaim to win. The only way I feel that they won't win is if Keith Lee goes full heel. Like if Keith Lee and them go full heel, I believe they should have it.
Oh, okay. So you're saying it because we already feel like Swerve has went full heel, right?
Oh yeah.
And that has created a little bit of tension in the team, right?
Yeah.
But if Keith Lee decides to go full heel, puts them on the same page. And yeah, that is scary. That is definitely scary.
A heel Keith Lee?
Yeah. Yeah, that is definitely scary because now it's like, oh, we were foreshadowing a turn, a swerve between Swerve and Keith, but they get on the same page and go full heel together. Yeah, that'd be scary. That'd be awesome. And they should win the title off that.
And I feel like if they don't win, then that's going to start the whole feud between Swerve and Keith.
They've
planted for.
Yeah, and I can see it that way. And I would say that Tony probably cares or wants more. He already fucked up the tag team division. That can we agree to that? That he kind of fucked it up. Swerve in Our Glory, the Acclaim, and even the Guns have probably added new fresh blood to it. So I don't think that he would want to separate Swerve and Keith so soon. So I'm going to put, even though I would love for it's four brothers in the ring. I'm happy whoever wins, right? But I do want
I'm rooting for anybody that's black.
I'm going to pick Swerve in Our Glory, even though I'm torn between it. So I'm going to go with that one. And I'm really only going to be because I do want to see a full heel Keith Lee. I do want to see that. That was exciting. I got chills when I heard that. I was like, "Ooh, that shit." All right,
Chris.
Don't know. I'm gonna go with the Acclaimed.
Okay.
Yeah, the Acclaimed. Okay, no going back.
Okay.
He said it. The Acclaimed.
Mm-hmm.
The next match is for.
Who did you say? Because I didn't get a definite.
The Acclaimed.
Okay, the Acclaim. All right.
I don't want, just like you don't want it to be a hot potato championship, I don't want it to be with the tag division.
Yeah. I mean, but this one has been cool. Like, this one is one of the ones where, all right, Swerve and them beat them like twice, and then they finally got one over. But now they go back full, and if they get it again, it can take that away and still add the blood feud between the Guns, and the Acclaim, and that can still add on. Like this, the TNT title has just been, hey, it's Cody, hey, it's Sammy, it's Cody, Sammy, Scorpio, Sammy, Scorpio. Like it's just been going like that and that. This one has been very compelling because we would like to see the belts on any one of them, because even the Guns, I think they would have been good with the belts. FTR has thrown themselves into it. So I can see it going hot potato, but there's a reason. This ain't just transition to just transition. I'll be right back.
Well, we have two other matches, which also, as I'm thinking of it, I feel like they're going to have trios title match on Full Gear with Death Triangle versus the Elite. Because if they're coming back at Full Gear, unless they're just doing a promo, I feel like they're going to be on the match. So if that's the case, I'm going to say the Elite.
Yeah. Get the championships back that they never lost.
Yeah. But then there's just not that many trios groups right now.
Yeah.
Like,
or the House of Black.
Yeah, the House of Black.
I don't know if they're ready to come back yet, but
the Elite, Death Triangle, but then after that, what do you really have? I mean, technically, but the Firm and make them like a trios thing. Possible trios match with the Elite and Death Triangle.
Okay, you're predicting that?
Yes.
Okay. So, with the return this Wednesday, and they just set up the match?
No, they're not returning on Wednesday. They're returning at Full Gear.
Oh, so okay. So were y'all predicted? Well, because I just stepped away. Yeah, I can see them coming back at Full Gear. And so Winter is coming.
Or they come back at Full Gear and they set a matchup for. I would rather them come back at Full Gear and set a match for Dynamite.
Yeah,
I would want them to set up a match for Winter is Coming. Let's build that.
Yeah,
let's build that because
give them a couple more weeks.
Yeah, because even with that, it was suck for Full Gear. They Death Triangle. They win and everything, and then they come in and then lose on Dynamite the next week. Because they've been putting in work. For as much as we've said that the trio titles is done, they done put on some great matches with the title. So I'm all for it. So I can see them doing that, and I can see them saying Winter is Coming would be where that title is being that title will be tested.
Okay.
Even though did y'all predict the trios? Because
we all said they're elite. There's not a match as of right now for Full Gear with the trios title.
I thought it was going to be
No, that's for Dynamite, where they're facing Top Flight and AR Fox.
Yeah, no, I thought there was going to be another title between. No, that's my fault. I'm confusing what I want with what's going on. Yeah, because I want the best friends to have that. I think they could do so much with it, but
they don't even have an all-in. Well, then again, the way that Orange Cassidy is just handing out shots at the all-Atlantic title.
Listen, and it works.
It works more for him than it would work like for any other person to be like, oh, you want a shot? Okay, fine.
Yeah.
That's just his character.
Yeah, but that also makes the title a little more appealing because honestly, this guy that really probably don't really care about it, he's kicking ass. And so now people are going to be like, I mean, there's no real story for him, but the fact that he's put it up against people that probably should have won, and he's still come out on top makes that shit. It puts it over the TNT title.
True.
Yeah. It puts it over the TNT title, and if
actually defending it more than Wardlow has within the time Wardlow's had it. So,
yeah. And then if it wasn't for the story that they got with the tag titles, it probably would be over the tag too, because for a minute the tags were down at the bottom. So I think that the people that they had, honestly, I do think that the people that they got the belts on are.
What was that?
Yeah, no, that was the kids. I'm guessing.
Oh.
Yeah, not my kids. That was CJ. He was upset at something he did. Oh no!
I don't know what they're doing out there. Always something.
Brother sister things. But yeah, I'm really liking who they have the titles on now. I'm liking the story that they're building around now, and if they can figure out what to do with what's coming next with the world title and what to do with the TNT title, I'll be happy. But right now, I'm enjoying the trios and the All Atlantic and the women's titles. I haven't really seen too much of
Tony.
Yeah, Tony. I was like,
next match actually.
Yeah, we can go.
Hater.
Oh yeah.
Versus Tony Storm. I want Jamie Hayter to win. I know she's not, but that's what I want to win.
Wait. You don't think that's not going to happen?
No, I feel like Britt's going to get involved somehow and cost her the match.
Yeah, I don't think Tony loses that belt until Thunder Rosa comes back. They have their match.
Yeah, nah. I'm thinking Jamie is getting this. I'm really.
I'd be happy if she do.
There's a cry for her to get this.
Yes,
and for more than one reason.
I'm one of them.
Yeah, I mean, but she's a great wrestler and she's been putting in work and she deserves it. That's number one. She already got a compelling story behind her, which is number two. Like, she wins. This creates bad blood between her and Britt, like, because now Britt's not the top dog.
Either way, I feel like this match sets like the seeds. Actually, no, blossoms seeds between her and Britt Baker.
And I think that the best thing to do was put that on Jamie. Let Britt's ego just take control. And Jamie will be the perfect face for Britt's heel. That, I mean, it's writing itself. Like, because if Jamie wins. Let's do it like this. Toni has been kind of underwhelming. She's a great wrestler. But because of everything that has happened that surrounded her title and everything, it's not going as well, right? Thunder Rosa, a lot of people don't connect with her, especially in certain areas. I don't want to be that guy, but
I don't know if it wasn't connecting with her. They just didn't have her on TV.
No, when they have her on TV and she's in New York, the crowd is like, Right. I mean, if she's in San Antonio, if she's in Florida, if she's in California, she's probably doing great.
Because that's a very Hispanic centric like surroundings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they have a lot of Puerto Ricans and shit, but not like wrestling wise.
Yeah. So it is like the crowd, like her market is awesome, but it's still a niche market. Like the connection with the everybody else is not, and I would say this for her, she's not trying to be. So like she's Latin heritage. She's wearing the Dia Muerte face, and she's entrenched in her culture. And she should be proud. And she is bigging it up for her culture. And when she's where she's at, her culture loves her. And that is great. But she's the same like Toni. Toni is not hitting with everybody. And because she's not hitting with everybody, Jamie has a following right now. Jamie has the momentum right now. Jamie has a story that is already compelling and is getting ready to explode. Let that championship be an icing on the cake. She can do all of the fighting that she is going to do with Britt, and let her keep the title from Britt. And this is coming from a Britt Baker fan. Let that go into a full-blown explosion fight and let Jamie come out on top. Because that was solidified that title in a way that, okay, we know Jade is coming. But she done went through hell and back to keep the title after winning it from Toni with Britt. Jade is coming. It looks like Riho's trying to make a return. You got Saraya that isn't going to be looking at her. Like, you got a whole bunch of people that's going to be looking at her, but Jamie is the only one that she's been with.
That works.
It works.
Week in, week out.
Yeah. So I'm saying Jamie, and I truly believe Jamie. Y'all want it to be Jamie, but y'all is thinking it's still going to be Toni.
Yep.
All right. So I'm putting y'all down for Toni.
And then in the main event, we don't even really need to guess. We all think it's going to be MJF. So.
Yep.
But for the AEW World Title match, it's MJF versus Jon Moxley. MJF is going to win through any means necessary, whether it's shenanigans with the firm, shenanigans with William Regal. Either way, he is going to solidify himself as world champion by making himself a bigger heel.
I agree with who you think is winning. I disagree with how.
I don't think it's going to be a clean victory. There's going to be some shenanigans.
I agree that there's going to be some shenanigans, but I don't think that it's going to be an MJF thing. I believe that if there is a turn, I kind of agree with, and I can't remember who said it. I believe it was on What Culture, one of them, that William Regal would be the one to turn. He would do a swerve on Moxley, cost him the match. And he will be standing with MJF and tell him now the real work is about to start.
Then MJF hit him in the face with a diamond ring.
And then he walks off as a face. Like, I can see that.
He said that he won't need the diamond ring.
No, he was saying that he said that he won't need anything. But William Regal said, I hit people with these because I enjoy doing it. If he just hits William Regal after winning the championship saying that I don't need you just because he enjoyed it, that would be a perfect face turn because he wouldn't be a heel. The person that became heel, William Regal, would get his comeuppance immediately. That would make MJF the face. And that would make MJF. You don't want MJF to be the face?
Nah.
See, y'all are missing it. MJF being face is going to be amazing. And it's happened. Cool. No. It's going to be amazing. Mark my words. MJF as a face is going to be phenomenal.
You know what else will be phenomenal? If Ricky Starks plays Gambit.
That would be an absolute phenomenal thing.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
See what you did.
Yeah, you see what I did? The absolute playing Gambit.
The men call him Absolute, but the women call him Strictly. That's NWA promo that
That's awesome. I can't wait. So
that is the predictions for Full Gear. I mean,
unless they add another one and turn this into a 7-hour pay-per-view.
Another one. They add at least another 4.
Yeah.
It's already going to start at 7.
Because there ain't no FTR on this show.
Yeah, there's no FTR.
No who else ain't on this show?
There's no FTR. There's no Wardlow. There's no Orange Cassidy.
Yeah. There's no. There's no. The trio ain't on here either.
Nope.
Yeah. Shit. So you're about to have. They about to have a pay-per-view without Ray Phoenix and Penta. Think about that. That's crazy.
I can see them doing the TNT and the All Atlantic on the pre-show.
I can see that. I
don't think they're going to add any more to, unless it's the trio titles. I don't see them adding any more to the actual card.
They don't have Daniel Garcia on there.
I'm telling you.
This is okay. Listen.
I would want to stay awake. I will probably fall asleep during the steel cage match. I know I'll fall asleep during
It was 15 matches at All Out.
Yeah, so we got about 6 more to go.
Fall asleep during the ROH match. I would try to stay up during the eliminator match.
Yeah.
I get tired very quickly.
Oh no, I completely understand. But yeah, I'm just shocked at the man. They might add a couple more. I feel it in my bones. They're not about to just let this go. And I mean a couple more and not pre-show. Yeah, there's too much going on. Because honestly, we just had Samoa Joe and Wardlow become no mo. Like they just Word Joe is no more. So he just hit him in the back and then told Warlow, told Hobbs, hey, I fuck you up too. So I'm surprised that hasn't been made into something. We might hear something tomorrow, but yeah. And if they do, we definitely come back with another prediction, an updated version.
Oh. I have the next opponent for Jake Paul.
Jake Paul?
Bobby Fish.
Oh, yeah.
Because he
won
in a boxing match on the Floyd Mayweather card.
Yeah, he did. And
Bobby Fish.
They said that he looked good. He won.
Like second round TKO.
Yeah.
We need you, Bobby Fish, even though I heard he's supposed to be fighting an actual boxer who now wants to be Kevin Samuels.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, yeah, Andrew Tate. Yeah. Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and nope. Andrew, that nigga was an MMA fighter.
Oh, he was an MMA fighter, not
a
boxer?
He was MMA.
I need him to fight a boxer.
That's what I am waiting on. I do want him to fight a boxer.
If he faces a boxer, I might pay for it, but if not, I don't know.
See,
I
understand why this is a draw. I understand that, but I'm like you. I do want to see him fight a real boxer. And they don't have to be world heavyweight champion right now because you haven't earned that. But let them fight a boxer with around 10, 15 wins up under their belt. I want to see that.
Hell, 20 matches under their belt. I don't care if they've won a loss. Just let them be like an actual in their prime boxer. And watch Jake Paul get the brakes beat off of him.
I don't know. He might.
Yes.
All right. But that is it for us today, people. Woo. This was a nice one. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I thank y'all for letting me get some of my shit out that I wanted to get out on that first podcast that I didn't get the audio for because I'm a fucking idiot and OBS was a fucking jerk.
Always.
Yeah, I couldn't, man, I swear. If I did that, I might do that a little bit later. That's neither here nor there. But I appreciate y'all allowing me to be me with some of this shit. Cause man, this was a slow 2 weeks of wrestling, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Good shows, but not a lot of news, not a lot to really talk about. But if nobody told you that they love you, I love you. They think you are right. Nobody said that you're awesome. We think that you're awesome. We know that you're awesome. You're listening to the podcast. You're fucking awesome. If you stayed for the 2 hours that we've done this, you are fucking phenomenal. I want to thank you.
Amazing.
See, you even got a song out of CT. Yeah, but any of the obstacles that you're going through, leave you, me, we are all going through them, and it's only temporary. Obstacles are made for you to overcome. So kill that shit. Yeah, that's all I'm really going to say because I want to finish this. So until next time, I want y'all to do what that y'all love doing, and that is scissoring. That is scissoring. Yes. And doing every other thing like being a part of, talking about, watching, just participating in wrestling and the wrestling culture. Thank you. Until next time. Peace.
Peace.
Scissoring.
Everybody loves that claim.
2 down, not VA, scissors.
Like, 8 down.
All right.